and welcome to another program of Neighbors and Friends. We have a young friend with us here, a young neighbor, Sammy Pottebaum.
Yes.
And Sammy's a student here at the university.
Mm-hmm.
And where are you from, Sammy?
I'm from central Iowa, Winterset, Iowa, and just south of Des Moines, probably about 20 miles or so.
Okay.
And I came to Iowa City in 2008, and so I've been here for, let's say 3 years.
3 years.
Okay.
All right. And what is your course of study, Sammy?
I am a geography. Well, I'm planning on being a geography major. Taking GIS courses, geographic imaging systems. So what I'll do with that is possibly get a job in the AmeriCorps and work also with soil surveys and soil mapping. And hopefully maybe, I don't know, teach kids about the world, because I might pair it with a grad degree in education.
Right.
And maybe go from there. I'm not really sure right now.
But knowing about soils and protecting our soils,
Mm-hmm.
a very important thing for the planet.
Oh, it definitely is. With a lot of petrochemical runoff, especially in Iowa, all of our rivers, lakes, and streams are at risk. So people really need to know about soil runoff, about really land use practices and what they're doing to the land. Mm-hmm. And we have to protect this land because it's the only one we have. I mean,
right. Back when I was young and the United States was fighting the Soviet Union, I thought to myself, if the Soviet Union came over here with a dump truck and a scoop and took away 2 inches of topsoil,
mm-hmm.
we would be furious. But yet we let farming practices continue to erode our soil
Mm-hmm.
at an alarming rate. And we don't seem to be alarmed about what we do to it ourselves.
Not at all.
Not at all.
It also seems the tillage practices, especially with tractors and people buying a lot of machinery to till up the land, when if you changed your tillage practices, then a lot of that soil would not go into the Missouri, into the Mississippi, and then into the Gulf of Mexico. And then there wouldn't be a dead zone there that no animals or plant life live.
Right.
So it's something I really, really, truly care about and
Right.
value.
So here we have a young gay man in our community who's terribly concerned about planet Earth. And as far as gay and lesbian, transgender concerns, you identify as a gay man.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes, I
what
do.
is that in your personal life growing up? You come from a family with a faith background.
Yes.
Could you tell us how you felt received there?
My local community church actually was, it was very welcoming. As for the town I lived in, I didn't necessarily feel comfortable coming out to my local community. But my family has been really supportive, especially growing up Catholic. We would, I was altar server, Eucharistic minister, lector, usher. If there was a job that was not the priest, I did it. I was a choir boy too. So growing up Catholic, it was really important to me. As for local community Catholic churches, I tend to I tend to think that they're a little bit more welcoming than, say, the Vatican. So I was really well received by my friends and family, and I'm really fortunate and lucky, privileged to be able to be out and still be welcomed by my local community too.
That's excellent. That there are local priests and local church leaders who are more open-minded than, as you said, much more open-minded than the Vatican.
Mm.
That realize gay people are simply our neighbors and friends, and very often family.
Mm-hmm.
You were telling me something about what a friend of yours had said about St. Mary's Church here in Iowa City.
I have a friend that I'm not certain what exactly was exchanged or said, but I think the priest defended women's rights, and I think it was mostly an anti-war or anti-discrimination sentiment within the Bible. It was a biblical defending of anti-discrimination, and I was also thinking about. I'm not really certain what was said. I can't really think.
It seemed like an open, progressive attitude.
It was an open, progressive attitude. Yes. It seemed.
I spent a lot of time last program talking about a Catholic group that is made up of lesbians, gay men, bisexual, transgender people, and gay-friendly clergy. Actually, of course, there are, in the Catholic Church as well as in my own denomination, United Methodist, there's a lot of clergy who are themselves gay and lesbian, but a lot of nuns that are lesbian. The church gets upset if that's said out loud, but it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And I know some of them. I made a mistake last program I'd like to correct today. I said that one of the longtime officers in this group, that's called DignityUSA.org, I named her as Marion Duddy Moore. I guess the poetic side of me wanted to repeat that M. But actually, she's Marion Duddy Burke. Her partner's last name is Burke.
Okay.
They're raising children together. And they have been with this Dignity group for many, many years. It's one of the most interesting websites that I have run across, and which means a lot to me as an open lesbian person of faith, to find resources in every denomination in Christendom and among the Jewish people, among the Muslims. We're everywhere. I mentioned this too before, that once I accidentally looked for one of my United Methodist sites, which is called Affirmation, and I looked for affirm.org, and much to my surprise, I got the Mormon site for LGBT people. And I learned that to get my own denomination, I had to put umaffirm.org.
Wow.
But every denomination has a group. And I want the viewers who are members of the LGBT community and viewers who are relatives of those of us who are lesbian, gay, transgender, I want everyone to know that there are resources, whether you're priest or minister or rabbi, tells you about it. It's there, it's available. Go on the website, you can get information and resources to put your mind at ease that God does not condemn us, never has, never did. The scriptures that some people quote against us are badly mistranslated. So, back to you, Sammy. You have plans for this summer?
I do have plans. I will be taking summer courses within the geography department at the university, and then in mid to end July, I will be heading up to Minnesota and work with Concordia College out of Fargo-Moorhead. They have this set of summer camps called Concordia Language Villages, and they are camps for children wanting to learn foreign languages. And I will be working within the camps, not as a counselor, but actually within the kitchens. So I will be cooking food from, Italy, and there are many different camps. So I'll also be cooking lots of cuisine from all over the world. So that would be that's really fun, and you learn so much from not just the service aspect of everything, but I mean just the dance and the music and the words in many languages, and you just learn about a unity within diversity, unity within this idea that we are not dissimilar, and you shouldn't be afraid of learning. So I really love it. It's so much fun.
So the students and the staff are immersed in this other language, this other culture.
Yeah, the counselors are fluent or close to fluent, and they work with the kids of varying degrees of fluency as well, reading and writing and speaking. Speaking is usually the hardest part, but they're total immersion, so no English is spoken. So that's really fun. That's a really fun aspect of it. So just hearing beautiful words that you may not understand, but you just really want to, and all you need to do is just be interested and thoughtful and ask.
So it's this immersion is a wonderful way to learn a new language, and to learn to appreciate another culture, another whole people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one way to learn how to build community, especially within the gay community. There's a lot that can be said about multiple languages and they're coming together and embracing each other rather than being divisive and full of hatred. So I guess I'm meaning that I'm learning how to, I guess, combat a lot of the hatred towards me as a gay man, and whether it's through learning about, I guess, learning about people and understanding and having a good dialogue, a good communication.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much key, because hatred just is it's fear and not understanding who you're sitting down with, not even being present with that person, and just kind of being very aggressive, and I feel like feel like having a dialogue is really key.
That there are differences, but the differences are not all that big. No. And do not need to divide us.
And we have so much in common with so many people, and that's the greatest part, is that lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender people not only blend in, but everyone is together. Everyone, it's less group-oriented and more of an idea that we are all united within this culture. So I feel like I can learn something from that, and maybe teach, impart wisdom to some people as well.
So this is not the first time you've been to the language camp.
This will be the third time. I've worked there previously in 2007, and then just last year, and this year. I worked at a Japanese village, a French village, an Italian village, and now I'm going back to Italian.
Well, that's it's fascinating. It fits right in with the coursework that you're doing for your degree.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm learning more about the world, and not only with cartography and geography and mapping the world, but this is one planet, and I'm learning the idea that within geography we are. I feel like, yeah, it's the idea that this is one planet that we live on, and if we don't learn about it, or learn about the environment, or learn about the people who live on it, then we're not caring about it. We're not caring about ourselves or our history. Speaking of history, I was going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Watching Gen Silent, which is a documentary on LGBT seniors who go back into the closet when they become of age to go into nursing homes. Nursing homes just being unaccepting and unwelcoming of LGBT community. What, in particular, to your experience, especially with the Iowa City Senior Center, what do you feel like that somebody of your age can take away from seeing the movie and understanding a little bit more about the discrimination that LGBT seniors face?
Well, there are other gay and lesbian people that live in my apartment building, and most of them are semi-closeted. They don't want to appear on my TV show. They are not so closeted that nobody knows that they're lesbian or gay, but they don't want to talk about it. And I think it is obviously a pity that society has made people feel that they can't tell. I am so far out of the closet, it'd be impossible to go back in. My family, and I'm one of the lesbians who was married and had a family. My own family, my children, my sons-in-law, my daughter-in-law, my grandchildren, and my great-grandchildren. I'm very, very lucky, fully affirmed and known for who I am. The little kids, I'm grandma. They climb up in my lap, and that, I'm grandma. To the little bitty great-grandchildren. And to my grandchildren and their husbands, I'm simply Elsie. I'm grandma to the kids. I'm Elsie to their husbands. And they give me an arm, help me up the stairs or help me down. There's no way I could go back into the closet. I'm sorry for the people who do feel they have to. And I would hope that someday there would be a nursing home, a retirement home, that would be staffed by gay and lesbian people. Many of our nurses, both male nurses and female nurses, are gay or lesbian. And to have them staff a retirement home would be an absolute delight and take the fear away from the people that were in that documentary.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that more could be said about teaching the next generation as to what they will be facing? I mean, their history will be facing, because as Stu Maddox said last night, we are all Stonewall. We are all Don't Ask, Don't Tell. We are all marriage equality. These things, you know, will not just be something that some other generation, you know, had and we don't need to learn about.
Right.
So how should the next generation be taught about these things? Perhaps education within school systems, like have an LGBT class, like learn about gay history.
That be simply part of American history?
Yeah.
Yes. Be a good idea. In the documentary that Stu Maddox made, they were talking with a group of people, social workers, talking to a staff at a retirement home, a nursing home. And they were having the staffs look at a blackboard and they say, this word is lesbian. Now let's all say lesbian. And then they went through gay and bisexual and transgender. And then the leader said, there, now you've all said the word. Right, because there are people in the straight world who can't even say the word gay or lesbian without, or transgender, without a touch of hatred or fear. And people need to have that hatred and fear cleansed from their hearts and minds. We are simply part of their family, whether they know it or not. They are next door neighbors, they are friends from work, and the general public needs to be educated, yes. Mm-hmm. I think kids who are gay or lesbian themselves, I understand I have an easier time of coming out because now there's literature they can get. There are lesbian novels, gay novels, and a resource material that I talk about from month to month. And so there are printed material. There is information out there for young people, but the straight people need it as much as the homosexual people. Mm-hmm. They need it perhaps even more. So it's right. So to talk about the traumatic things that have been done to gay people throughout history should be part of American history.
Mm-hmm. And as for stereotypes within books too, like children's books especially, children between the ages of 3 and 4 and 6 and 7 are just becoming aware of gender and the idea that, you know, girls have long hair and, you know, look like this and wear dresses, and boys, you know, look like this, and really there's really no neutral ground. There's no spot where kids who would like to dress in dresses and kids who would like to dress in slacks, or even, you know, there would be a neutral clothing style or clothing that children could, you know, adhere to, and then they wouldn't get ridiculed for. Like at the turn of the century, like 1918 to you know, World War II, there was this idea that boys wore pink and girls wore blue, and now it's completely changed. I think in the 70s or 80s, there was no pink in children's clothes, and now it's girls are pink, boys can't wear pink, and it's really odd, actually, when you think about it.
And yet I do see pink shirts on many men.
Oh yes, oh yes. I have a few. I have some pink tank tops even.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and
There shouldn't be anything wrong with it.
why should your clothing style like identify you? I feel that people should be able to embrace the beautiful people that they are. They should. I hope that in the future, kids will be unafraid of being typecast as something, being told that they are one way or the other, or one way is wrong. When in reality, there are many ways. There's not just one way. I mean, there's not just two ways. There's like thousands. There's millions. Everybody has their own way in life. So we should all just, I don't know, embrace change in our lives, and if there's something you don't understand it. I mean, just do. Like in the movie Gen Silent last night, there's one of the men who said, "Oh, I have many friends who are gay and lesbian, but how do you you know, understand them when you know, such and such don't speak to me because they're in their gay community or whatever," and somebody else says, "Just do, you know, just talk to them."
Just talk to them.
That's it.
Right.
So
we're here. We're your neighbors and friends. Talk to us. We are just here, that's all. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next month.